This green orb right here, I watched it. I had my camera up, but it was moving around. But when you look not through the camera, you didn't see anything. But when you look here, you see it. This green dot.
That's weird. Did you tell her?
And there it is again. That's a better photo. You can really see it. Like there's.
Where do y'all stand on ghosts? Ghost hunters, Bigfoot, Sasquatches, and all that kind of stuff. I'm not a ghost guy. I'm not a Sasquatch. I don't believe in all that kind of stuff. I shouldn't say I don't believe in it. I'm just skeptical. My wife, on the other hand, she's a full-on believer. I mean, she's taken a trip to New Orleans to do ghost hunting tours, stayed in ghost houses. I mean, she watches all them shows. She's all that kind of stuff. So the plan today is we're gonna go back down to the gin, we're gonna eat supper, meet some people down there, and then there's this ghost tour that happens here in Belton. The guy's name is Rick Bell. I think he lives in Temple. He's a musician, I believe, and some other stuff. But anyway, he has this ghost tours that he puts on several times a month in downtown Belton. And so we're gonna go down there and we're going to see what's going on with that. Eat some supper, visit a little bit, walk around Belton and see how many ghosts we can find. It's going to be rather interesting, I think, but one way or the other, it's going to make for a pretty good episode, I think. So anyway, hold on. Here we go. Well, we have arrived at a familiar spot. I see my wife is not even waiting around. She is done left. We are coming back to the gin. Shauna's gonna meet a friend of hers named Sue Brown, ghost hunting buddy of hers.
We always got, hey, how are you doing?
Is this the ghost hunting crew?
This is
right
the
here?
ghost hunting crew. Yes, it is. Ready?
Is this gonna be as fun and as exciting as New Orleans?
That was pretty good.
That was pretty good.
All right, well, let's eat. Yeah, they traveled all the way to New Orleans to hunt ghosts, so we'll see what Belton has to offer. I love the gin. This place is cool. Anyway, we showed you scores from one of the episodes. Now we're going into Corona's Mexican food restaurant. In case you haven't seen it, there. Lots of people down on the lake, or on the river. Where are we sitting?
This guy that does this
His name is Rick Bell.
it's going to be a good one, isn't it?
So what's the story? Give me the scoop on it.
Well, they're going to have, it's a wagon. Is it a ghost
Like
hunting wagon?
Yeah, sort of electronic stuff.
It has equipment that picks up. What do you pick up? Something.
Yeah.
Ultrasonic spooky stuff?
Yeah. Electromagnetic.
Spooky waves.
Electromagnetic waves.
Okay, I told you they're these two right here.
No, we're experts. We've done this before. We've even talked together.
We sure have.
Talk to a ghost.
Oh,
We have
absolutely.
recordings.
All right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You have a recording of them talking back.
We have a recording of music being played. When we asked if there were any spirits present,
Yeah.
and music started playing.
For real.
So Gigi, what's your take on the ghost?
I want to see one.
So do you believe?
I'll let you know after tonight.
Okay. Okay, it's 30 minutes to ghost tours. 30 minutes to ghost tours. Y'all
We're trying
excited?
to hurry. We're
Trying to hurry.
We want to see some orbs, so we're going to drink a little bit.
You're gonna drink a little more?
So we
Okay.
see orbs.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go get the tickets. All right. Well, they're definitely gonna be seeing something tonight, I think. Okay. We just got through eating at Corona's. Really good. Really good. We're leaving the gin here. So those of you that live in Belton, I'm gonna link the stuff down below. about these tours. It's a pretty good afternoon. You come down here to the gin, hang out, eat a little food, and then if I'm doing this right, then the place is just right over here on the corner of the parking lot of a bank. They're already lining up. Hey, hey.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Good to see you, buddy.
You too, you too. GhostWagonTours.com.
We're going to have a drawing after the tour.
Mr. Bell.
Yes, sir. Glad you came, man.
Well, I'm glad to be here. Now, I got to tell you, I've already talked about this. That my wife is the ghost person.
Gotcha. Gotta have one in every family.
Gotta have every family.
Every family's gotta have at least one.
At least
man.
one.
All right.
Just telling me you have your own paranormal team.
Yes, sir. Down in Killeen, we're active duty soldiers at Fort Hood, and we're called Raw Paranormal Group.
Raw Paranormal Group?
Yes, sir. RPG.
RPG. Oh yeah, got it. Cool, cool.
It's usually the way it is. The wife is the one that wants to, and the men are like, oh.
No, look right here, right there, man. So is the tattoo a representative of the?
No, that's just.
Oh, I see the horns
religious,
and all that. So
just a religious
like,
Saint Michael.
Oh, okay.
Catholic.
Well, see, all I could see was the.
Yeah.
Horns there. I was going, man, this dude's legit. He's getting tattoos. Getting tattoos of the paranormal. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. I think that's right. Is that right?
You got it right.
Yeah, yeah.
Cameraman is filming.
I'm sending myself. There we go.
Something strange.
You're already tweeting that picture, aren't you?
Yes.
You're already Facebooking that picture, aren't you?
At 10 minutes, we'll be getting rolling in 10 minutes.
It's a non-believer.
A lot of them will be after tonight. He won't be. You never know. No, all around, yeah. Anywhere we can basically go.
Don't you need someone to film something?
Yeah, we already talked about that. We already talked about that. But didn't I tell you she'd want to like, man, I want to go to your group.
Comes from him when they were remodeling it, but he went bankrupt because after that happened with the lorries, all the slaves went down there and all the voodoo people and
They're still.
Yeah. So he.
How do I know?
What to expect? Just kind of gather up. Nice group tonight. It's a good night to go ghost hunting too. No one's touching. No one's in the room. Show it one more time. The Ghost Wagon Tour kind of sprung from easiest for us to use on the. You're going to see tonight and hear literal ghosts. It's usually just a phrase. Some of the words you hear will be in a different. Start saying names. So one. This is.
We're ready. I want some of these rods.
All right, turning it on. Stop talking because I like to see what we're. Old Trey, it just first word came through right away. It's going to be an active tour tonight, I can tell you. Door that's welded shut. That is a speakeasy. Get some pictures of it as you stand there. Don't get freaked out. It's one to talk to you. We'll probably say some more things to you. Behind you was something known as Rat Row, R-A-T-R-O-W. And it was nothing but saloons, gambling halls. Cowboys would come and they would kick their heels up. Very active area. If you guys are getting anything with the paranormal teams, let me know. We know of a cowboy named Cowboy Bill. These words are never the same. That's why I'm so fascinated to watch them every time.
Any spirit that died in this spot?
A salesman was in there one day in the bar area talking to the owner, and the owner told me this story. And they call themselves the Katy Line. So that's the Katy building. And right where you're sitting there is where the tracks used to run right down along the side of that building. That's where people got on and off that train.
I don't know if you can see the shirt. There was the shirt. So we just got back from the Wagon Ghost tour?
Ghost Wagon Tours.
Ghost Wagon Tours in Downtown Belton.
High-tech ghost hunting.
High-tech ghost hunting. I'm the skeptic, but I had a great time. I wouldn't say I'm converted, but it's an awesome tour. I probably learned, the coolest thing was the history.
Yeah, I had no idea of the history of Belton, and it was pretty cool.
A speakeasy, the building that's an old jail.
Yeah, the original jail in Belton. I guess it was a residence now, and it's for sale, actually.
Mm-hmm. The death of Yeti Poke and her.
Oh, yeah, that down there at Yeti Poke Park. Why Yeti Poke Park is Yeti Poke Park.
Because her whole family was washed down the river, the creek.
Yeah. But anyway, a lot of really cool history stuff.
Hanging tree.
Hanging tree.
Yeah.
And then there were a lot of people, kind of some weird stuff. But the probably the most convincing thing, or not the most convincing thing, but the coolest thing to me was, and first of all, this is Peggy Jones. Shauna Bell, Peggy is Shauna's mom. And the Cockrell family grew up in this area, or kind of originated from here. We were actually just in a Cockrell reunion.
Right. Well, Smith. That was
Smiths. Oh, okay, it's the Smiths.
But they were also here some, the Smiths.
The Smiths and the Cockrells.
Yeah.
Kind of were in this area. Long Cove and...
Yeah, well, and they moved from Georgia and settled in the Belton area. The Smiths did also. And then the Cockrells came from Tennessee, I think. So.
Okay. So about halfway through the tour, we go back down to Yeti Poke Park and learn about Yeti Poke. Why was Yeti Poke? And then he gives you these rods, and you're supposed to ask questions. And the first question you ask it is, what's yes and what's no, and then it tells you. Anyway, Peggy kind of went off by herself over there and asked several questions. I want her to tell you what happened with that. So I'm going to put this a little bit. All right, so just tell them the questions and everything that happened.
I'm kind of a believer in divining rods because I have divined a well before, well water, and so it kind of works in your hands, and you hold it very loosely. The first question I asked was, what will you do if it's a yes answer? And they immediately crossed over. So I said, are there any cockerels present? And they crossed over. And I said, well, is there a Chester cockerel present? Crossed over. Did he have a son named Charles, who was my first husband, Shauna's dad? And it said yes. So I'm thinking, oh, they're all going to be yeses. But I asked, does Charles have a son named Chet? Yes. Did he have a son named Bill? Out like this? No. Did he have a daughter? He does not have a son named Bill. Does he have a daughter named Shauna? Crossed over. Does he have a daughter named Matilda? No. Didn't have a daughter named Matilda. Was his wife Peggy? Crossed over. And I asked, is Charles happy? And yes. Does he know I remarried? And no. Is he present and with us sometimes? And yes. Made pretty much sense to me. Yeah. Kind of scary.
So anyway, that's kind of strange. And then there were some people that had some weird stuff on their phones. And anyway, overall, it's a great afternoon. We went down, as you've seen, we went down and we ate. It's right there in downtown Belton. So I would highly recommend go down to the gin, eat, hang out. Walk streets right over at the Compass Bank parking lot. It's $20 for 2.5 hours of really kind of cool stuff, and nothing else. You'll learn a lot of history.
You have to go on their website, Ghost Wagon Tours, and sign up for the date. Yeah, very. I mean, just to know the history of Belton, I thought it was well worth it, and it was really interesting.
So we'll link all the stuff down below. The website and Facebook page and all that kind of stuff, and then we'll have an episode Two Pugs a couple of days, or well, actually you've already seen it. So anyway, it was a whole lot of fun. This is Two Pugs Productions, and we had a blast at the Ghost Wagon Tours.
Now we're going to look closer at the pictures and see if we
Yeah, so see if we caught any anomalies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, while they go do that, I'm gonna go do some work. Bye.
Explain what do you explain?
How do I explain the scratch? It was there after the ghost tours. It was not there before the ghost tours. Remember, we were eating at the restaurant. I had nothing there. I didn't do anything to my arm.
You bumped it into
No, I
something.
did not. Just a while ago when we were sitting there, I was like, what is wrong with my arm? I looked down and there's a scratch on it.
So we were.